So here we are at ICC, hole number 9. David's on the tee first. It's going to be David and Zereb versus myself and Paul.
Parked, I think.
This hole's a little to the right, nothing crazy. The backhand is usually the play. There's a ravine deep of the basket. You don't have to worry about it too much, though. Paul threw a nice shot there, and here's my turnover as well. So Paul left us a little deep. I was a little short right. We went with his. Here's number 10, 265 feet, I believe. David's throwing a buzz. Gets a little lucky there through the middle. And here's Paul, my partner. And apparently just throwing it right through the middle of the 2-foot wide gap is the play. I'm assuming he's throwing a mid-range there. Maybe a hex, maybe even a crave. But a nice high right putt for Paul. So both groups are 2 down each, and here is Zereb for the first throw of the round with an Envy. And this one plays about 230, 225. And Zereb throws a nice shot there. And I have a case of the early releases. I've been struggling with my putter lately, as Paul throws his up shot there. Leaves us okay. And here's Zereb to take a 1-shot lead over us. They are 3 down to 2 down. And here's Paul tapping out for our par. Hole 12 is a pretty straight shot, slight left to right bend, but Zereb's going with a Firebird Thumber. It's a pretty good play on this hole. He puts it nice and close. I'm trying the anode again, and boy, my struggles continue. I'm going to kick into circle 2. And there was a bush significantly blocking our line, so this was kind of a prayer. And we parred and they birdied. So that makes it 5 to 3, I believe. 5 to 2. I can't do math. 4 to 2. Here's hole 13. This is a weird, you can force overlook I did or throw a straight one like Zereb did. You can see he went pretty straight, but he had a 30-foot putt. And I ended up parking it. So here is Zereb on 14. This is a pretty straightforward 214-foot hole. You choose to go left or right of these trees in the middle and just let your disc subtly fade right on the basket. I ace ran it a little bit there. And here's Paul. Probably throwing a putter of some variety. I'm going to guess a proxy. And this is to go perfect through the start of the round here for them. So we both 2'd that. 15 in the longs here. It really isn't long. I think it's 225. This course is just pretty much a short pitch and putt. Shaping lines on short wooded holes. And Paul hits a nice, probably 38-foot putt there. And David was parked with his forehand. This one here is about 220 feet.
That's it, right? I think so. Yeah, you got it. Oh. And I got it on video.
And let's take one more look at that as Zereb bangs in the ace with the Envy. Never a doubt.
Oh. Yeah, bud. I did it.
I was able to call that one from about halfway. It just stuck on a beautiful line. I threw my anode a little bit high, asking for it to sit down.
Oh, yeah.
As Zereb grabs the ace disc. I'm about 34, 35 here. I zoom in the camera a little bit so it's not out of frame or it doesn't look as ridiculous. Oh yeah, and Paul definitely sneezed in the middle of my my backswing the first time. 17 is one of the coolest holes in our area. It's just short. That's the only thing. It's like a miniature BRP hole number 4. And if you're not familiar, check out Blue Ribbon Pines hole number 4. I managed to pop up my anode again and get through the right side. So they're left out here about 100 feet. David hits the pole. Nice upshot there. And Paul hits a nice putt from maybe 25 feet. 18, however, is not one of the nicest holes. It's a really dumb hyzer with not a definitive line to the hole. You just kind of throw a hyzer and hope. I throw a sidearm high. My shot unfortunately kicked the tree and went a little short. Paul's shot is here. And Paul Wagner gets us to 7 down through the front 9. Actually, that's 8 down, but that was the 10 holes technically. And they shot 9 for 9 in the back with the ace. And here's hole 1. same thing, about 240 feet. You're just trying to split the gap and get yourself out into the opening.
I didn't mean to lean the camera forward, but I did.
It's odd how there's like a grass opening here and there's a highway out there to the right of Paul, behind Paul now.
New anode, who did?
But we get the birdie, thankfully. This puts us, I think that put us at 9 down. So hole 2 here is pretty far to the right, and it's not accessible with a backhand. With a forehand it is, but you have to skip quite a bit. So I like the thumber on this play. There you can go. You see the basket's tucked a bit. The grass in the middle of the fairways is up because it has been raining a lot here, but typically there's not any grass and you just get that pine needle type stuff. Hole 3, pretty straight shot. You want it to barely pop up. Finish inside or outside the tree line in the middle. There's 3 trees in that line, middle of the screen. You can go around them or inside of them. Paul and I pretty much did the same shot there. David's throwing his buzz again, I believe. Gets a little greasy, but that's okay. He's parked. And there's where my drive landed. Not too bad. And there's David's. Hole 4, I think, is 300 feet on the dot. I'm throwing a sidearm here and get hit by the hanging branch that I didn't even see. This one's interesting. It has a gravel road right where his disc is flying over now. And that's a beautiful backhand, by the way. And you can skip off the road pretty easily to the basket. And you see the basket on the right side of the screen. My phone mount has a little rubber piece that's kind of blocking it as Paul throws his up shot. And I tickled one chain there. That would have been a nice one to get. And Zero picks up a nice birdie there. So hole 6, there's this big oak tree on the corner. You want to get as close as you can to it. And Zero goes over the branch and between the tree through the V somehow. You can see the disgust, but he's parked. And here's Paul throwing a runway. That looks textbook.
That was a good shot, Paul.
And I'm bad at ace run, so I'm just copying Paul's shot. Trying to get some rhythm fixes here. And there's Paul's drive. My drive was right where I'm standing, essentially. And Zero's drive is parked too. And when I skip to a jump put on 7 there. And here is hole number 8. 444 feet, par 4. Slow bending to the right shot. At this point, I think we're 2 shots back. We need to eagle to tie for the lead. So I'm throwing a really high trace shot. I went full smash on it. And we do have a chance. And here's where David's sidearm landed. Throwing a very nice shot. Zero's throwing an NV for his upshot here from about 175 feet. I think I range around it. And here we are. This putt at the time would have tied for the lead, but Paul left it a little right and I left it short left. But we had a pretty easy birdie. Well, actually, we didn't have an easy birdie. Paul thankfully hits the putt. So it was all said and done. We needed to do a little bit more. I wasn't throwing my putters well off the tee. We finished at 12 down and they finished at 14 down. Either way, a fun round with a great card. And yeah, if you like short courses and technical little wooded courses, ICC is probably a course for you. And if this course gets put into the longs, it's actually much more challenging and presents a greater challenge where I think the average strokes per round goes up by 4 or so. So guys, thanks as always for watching this video. Thanks to my sponsors, MVP and Paragon. And I will see you guys in the next one.